Hello everyone, it's me Vanessa Velvet and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how you can take either a video you have on your hard drive or a video that you've downloaded from YouTube that you may want to convert to Gameboy Advanced video. So with the conversion software, you can play back this GBA ROM file on an emulator like BizHawk, or you can play it on real GBA hardware if you have like an EverDrive cartridge that you could put the ROM on. So I'm not going to show you how to download videos from YouTube because there are plenty of other tutorials on how to do that, and that would just bog down this video. For this video, I will be converting Hell of a Short number 3, Mission Weeaboo Boo. It's one of my favorite Helva shorts, and it's a pretty good length for this. I do want to warn you, if you are converting a video that is longer, like say like 24 minutes long, like a television show, then what you would need to do is take the file that you have and put it in a video editor, Premiere Pro, DaVinci Resolve, or any free option that you can think of, and then split it into 12-minute chunks, because the software only really does well with 12 minutes because of how small the file size for a GBA ROM can be. So again, that's outside the scope of this video. I'm not going to show you how to video edit. But if you're doing this with a small music video or like one of these Helva shorts, then you shouldn't need to mess with anything at all. So I have the Helva short right here in my video folder, and the first thing I need to do is open this software called Xmedia Recode. Why won't you minimize? Windows being stupid with its multiple resolution stuff. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and drag and drop our video file here, and it should immediately recognize it. Now I can make this full screen. We can see it right here, and you're just going to want to click on the listing here. And under Profile, you're going to want to set this to Custom. And under Format, you're going to want to set this to MPEG-1, MPEG-1. And for the file extension, you just want to leave it as MPEG. And then you're going to hit this Add to Queue with the blue plus icon, and you're going to select Encode. And that's going to start encoding our video to MPEG-1. We need our video file to be in this encoded this way to work with the GBA video conversion software that I'll be using. This does not take long. As you can see, it's going at 145 FPS for me. If you have a terrible computer, maybe it would take longer, but MPEG-1 is like so old that I feel like any computer that was made in the last 20 years should have a very similar speed. Okay, we are almost done, which means while this is finishing, I can go ahead and open the next piece of software. I forgot to mention that I will link Xmedia Recode and this software as well in the description. And these are all completely free, so you can download these and do this with any video file that you want to. So now in our METEO, so I guess it's Meteo, in our Meteo folder that we have, we're going to open Meteo 140en.exe. And what we want to do is in this input field, we want to select File, and then we're going to scroll down. Oh, actually, no, I forgot one thing. Let me go back to the final MPEG file that we got, which should be this one. We want to rename this to something that is shorter and has no special characters. So in this case, I'm going to make it hb3.mpeg. And the reason we want to do this is because Meteo does not work with files that have a certain name, names that are too long, or names that have special characters in them. So as long as you choose a short title that has no special characters in it, like periods, commas, question marks, slashes, anything like that, then it should work fine. So now we're going to click on File, and we're going to scroll all the way down and choose hb3.mpeg, and we're going to hit Open. And then for the output, I'm just going to leave this titled HB3. You can name your ROM whatever you want it to be, but that's what the .gba file is going to be. So this is going to be hb3.gba. And if you don't know, a .gba file is the ROM file that Gameboy Advance emulators and EverDrives use. So now that we've set this both up, we can do a ROM title. I'll just do HB3. And under bitrate, we really want to set this pretty low because just because of how this encoder works, even if you have a short video where you would think that you could select 500 kilobytes, the software is not the greatest thing ever. It's the only software that exists that does what we're doing today, but it definitely was not programmed the best. And I swear, even if you set it to 500 kilobytes, it'll still make it much bigger than that. So we want to set that to be much lower. We want to set this at like 60 kilobytes per second for our bit rate. And if you have like a 12-minute video that you're doing, you may want to even set that at 40 or 30 kilobytes. The software will tell you, it'll error out if it ends up being too big for the ROM file. Just to be safe, I'm setting it at 60, which should be perfect for this. And for whatever you put in it, you want to choose Trim, Resize, Aspect as an option. And what that'll do is it'll add dithering, which will make it look better. And that's basically what like all of the Game Boy Advance titles used was dithering. And it'll also resize your video file so it fits on a Game Boy Advance screen, which is what we want. And we're just going to hit process because that's the only other thing that we really need to mess with is aspect ratio. Now, this is going pretty quickly. So that's really a nice thing about the software is if you wanted to do like several episodes, you can do them pretty quickly. It's pretty easy to take your episodes, and if they're 24 minutes, throw them into DaVinci Resolve real quick, split them into little parts, and then convert them with Xmedia, and then throw them in here. And of course, it's a little inconvenient to have to switch parts. But we don't have access to the original software that the developers used to be able to fit like 40 minutes worth of episodes onto a cartridge. This is a interpretation of that makes it compatible with GBA, but it's not as efficient as the actual encoder that companies used. But it's still not that big of a deal. Worst case scenario, you only get half an episode of SpongeBob or Fairly Odd Parents, and then you have to watch the rest. But this is cool because this means that we can put any TV show or really any movie that we want to or music videos onto a GBA EverDrive cartridge. So now we can exit this now that it's done. And I'm going to open an emulator called BizHawk, which is my recommended GBA emulator. And I'm just going to drag the hb3.gba file here. And as you can see, it looks just as crusty as a GBA video file should look. I'm going to make this small again, because it looks like shit when it's big.
Suburban college girl. You enjoy that bullshit musical and stop trying to use me as an excuse to get out of it. Hey, look, if I had to sit through that miserable French hog shit, well, so do you, okay? Bye, Mills.
And it sounds just as crusty as old GBA videos did. And it has that same video aesthetic, video quality, because we were using an interpretation of the video encoder that the companies used to make their GBA video cartridges. And yeah, you can do this with basically anything you want to do it with. I'm probably going to make a bunch of GBA video cartridges that are nostalgic for me, using like shows that I really like Utena, Trigun, like anime like that, and then like music videos from the late 90s, early 2000s that I grew up with. I kind of want to see what those things look like in GBA video quality.
Are you?
Well, I hope you enjoyed this little video. Vivzy Pop, please don't fucking sue me because I used a little bit of your episode. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. My name is Vanessa Velvet, and I'll catch you all later. Bye-bye.